There we go.
You didn't have a drink?
Yeah, I gotta get some.
I said, hey, welcome to the Man Cave Happy Hour. I said, hey, welcome to the Man Cave Happy Hour. We're gonna drink a fine whiskey and smoke a really fine cigar.
It is time for happy hour. It is the Man Cave Happy Hour. Whiskey, cigars, spirits, the stories that go along with it. I'm Jamie Flanagan.
I'm August Gitschlag.
August, we are in fabulous downtown Detroit again.
We are in Eastern America. We are minus a sexy Matt Fox.
Yeah. He said he threatened to be tuning in. So
did he either listen from his cubicle?
From afar, yeah. Hey, Foxy.
Wherever they put him.
So we have some well-poured Guinness. I have a well-poured Guinness.
I have what do they call it when you mix the Guinness and the cider? Isn't there a right
That's
way?
a half and half.
Snake
Just a
bite
half
or
and half.
something,
Okay,
or something like that.
That's the voice of Mr. Erik Olsen. You've heard that voice in the podcast before.
Yes, because we're at Thomas Magee's in the Eastern Market.
One of my happy places in the world, Eastern Market.
Oh my God, yes.
All the things are coming. There's things opening up down. There's a brewery opened down here.
Yeah.
And they're all closing all over the place. And the place
you got
is wonderful.
The RoboCop statue.
You do have RoboCop
welcoming
over there
you in.
By the Eastern.
I love that movie is only vaguely about Detroit. And
only the first one of the three, I think, was Detroit, right?
Right,
It was like the first one called it Detroit.
It's kind of vaguely about Detroit, and then we had this whole statue. I love that. That cracks me up.
And speaking of things that are vaguely about Detroit, we are joined by your old pal.
There we are.
ML Ulrich.
Hey,
Mike, how are you?
I like the squared off tie.
Getting older every minute, too.
That's a thing, the squared off tie. That's I like that.
That's called a rooster.
Yeah.
It's only for cocks.
So we're here at McGee's today. We thought it'd be a good spot to do our World Cup preview. And since this is my favorite soccer bar, football bar, whatever you want to call it, and I've spent many a morning here, even though I'm not a Liverpool guy. I have spent plenty of time here on Liverpool Saturdays and Sundays.
But you're a charming guy.
So I do have
well received.
Eric, did you not just receive like some sort of notoriety as the destination for soccer?
We did. We just got Men in Blazers.
I read the newsletter.
It's the number one soccer show in America.
Right.
They ranked the top 200 soccer bars in America, and we got the top 100 badge. But watch out, next year I want top 10, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is
like
loyalist
to the Men in Blazers.
Yeah,
You're having a little trouble.
little trouble.
I'm a loyalist to the Men in Blazers newsletter. That's where I get all
They're
my.
fantastic.
Yeah, they do. He does a great job. Their people are great.
So, well, congratulations on that.
Thank you very much.
So,
We're very proud of it. And we also filmed a Guinness Global commercial here this year.
No kidding.
Due to our soccer notoriety, our status, and whatnot. So it was cool. It was called the Away Derby, and Guinness flew some folks here from London, and we did a home and away with another soccer bar in Ghana.
Ghana.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, man. So now I got to go to this bar in Ghana and have a Guinness.
Did you see that Irish pub that said, Ireland didn't make the World Cup, so they flipped the flag upside down. It goes, we're now the first Ivory Coast bar in Ireland.
Yeah.
And they made a whole joke about how they're going to do this, all this food and the music and all this stuff. And then they came on and goes, we're just kidding. And people were furious. So they're like, okay, fine, we'll do it. And they came back on and did a whole other post like, we booked this band. We're going to have just music from the Ivory Coast on the TVs. We got a chef who's going to make, a pop-up of just, Ivory Coast music. And we're going to have every Ivory Coast game on. We thought it'd be funny, but now we have a crowd for it.
Now we're committed.
That's
Ivory Coast Pub.
There's an old story. If I think I got to get this right. There's an old story. It was in some track competition. There was a Irish runner that wound up winning or hitting the podium, and it completely unexpected. Right, had no idea he was going to do it. And they didn't have an Irish flag. So the Ivory Coast gave them their flag and turned it around. Because, of course, Ivory Coast is prepared with a flag and a track.
Yeah. Oh, my God. That's fabulous. That is.
And the Irish flag looks a little bit like the Italian flag, and they didn't make the World Cup either, did they?
No, Italy didn't make
How
it
does
again.
Italy not make the World Cup?
Yeah, that's a great question.
I mean, the only time they win, they say something about your sister.
Twice. They make it twice, and then win a euro in the middle of it.
Yeah. I don't get it.
Nutty. But so it's Thursday. People listen whenever, however. But we're here live on a Thursday, and you have events going on all the time. Thursday, the regular one is vinyl and smokes.
Yeah, smoke and vinyl.
Smoke
We
and
do
vinyl.
Delroy's barbecue pit out front. Great Jamaican food and American barbecue as well. And vinyl records and
maybe a couple cigars in the mix.
Some of the neighborhood locals come out, and it's like a block club meeting, man.
I'm looking forward to a little smoke after we're done in here.
Absolutely.
He gets to do the cigar part of our podcast that kind of went away when I got here.
Yeah,
it was cigars, cocktails. Also, like, I'm not a cigar guy. It ain't my thing.
No, we don't do them often. I don't do them often.
But I just bring bad hair to the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wicked awesome.
Wicked
awesome hair.
yes.
That's wicked
Well, the
awesome.
good thing is they do the cigars outdoors. So if you're not into cigars, the smoke doesn't get into you.
That's why I sit out there with them, and that's how it works. So what do you have coming up for the World Cup games? This is going to be should be a hot season for you this next month and a half, 2 months, right?
Yeah, it's massive for us. So we'll start a little early. We'll start this Saturday with
the USA Germany.
The USA Germany, which is our final friendly, but we would traditionally call that a send-off game. But we're in America, so we're not going anywhere. We're going to do that. We've got some really cool giveaways that we're going to do. So I didn't advertise exactly what it is, and I won't, but I just kind of told all the Magee's loyalists, I strongly suggest you're in the house for this game. It's going to be pretty cool. So we'll start there. And then in the next Friday, USA game Thursday night will be the first night. That'll be the Mexico's that night, right?
That's the first day is Mexico, South Africa at 3 o'clock.
Yeah. So that'll be good because like Jimmy said, there's it's a great Thursday's always great anyway. So that'll be a great shove right into that with a barbecue out for the first game, and then
Friday's a late. It's USA Paraguay. Is it a late game or
it's a 9 p.m. game.
9 p.m.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, 9 p.m. But we'll be rocking all day. Canada plays before that. It's the first game. So I'd like to tell everybody, assume that our parties start 3 hours before kickoff.
Yes,
and then get there early.
Yeah, because you want a seat.
Right.
That's how it was for the Olympic hockey gold medal game.
You ever got to close the door and
6:45, 6:40.
We do. We have a lot of games. We'll hit capacity at every single World Cup game, so we will have to close the door.
What is capacity and what's capacity?
Well, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway doesn't tell you their capacity.
Yeah.
They just want people to keep coming.
All right, just keep coming. Come on down.
You're supposed to show me a fire marshal badge when you ask me.
I know, right?
It's posted.
And he'll be here. He'll be here later to have barbecue.
It's next to it's posted up there next to.
There will be no 7 a.m. games. That's for sure, because it's the earliest we're going to start is noon, I believe.
Yeah, but there'll also be a round of games like a midnight to 2 a.m. game during the week.
But you'll have F1 in the mornings.
Mm-hmm. Sure,
they'll take up some spots.
Yeah, we're always good with F1, and we actually have an F1 simulator coming in for the game, like on the World Cup final day. Our Formula One club, we have a F1 simulator competition coming in, and then we have like a 3-hour turnaround to flip it, and then get ready for the World Cup final.
What's that like? Do you sit in it? I mean, is it? Oh, so it's not like you're not. It's not a video game. You're in it. It's immersive.
Right. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
There's going to be a long line for that, I bet.
Yeah, it's like $10, and you take 3 laps, and then I guess we'll probably a bunch of us knowing Magee's style. There'll be a side pot.
I gotta say, having just come back from the Indy 500 and the Detroit Grand Prix, we chatted last year about Fox taking over Indy coverage.
Incredible.
It's so much better than what NBC was doing.
Incredible.
They sell it better. They're making stars out of these drivers, and these drivers like Polo is going to have an F1 car in the next 6 years.
Sure,
if not sooner. And those drivers are going faster than NASCAR.
Will be the first guy in.
Do you think so?
He's already applied for an unlimited license.
Okay,
he'll be in a Cadillac program, the GM Cadillac.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah, because Alex Palou is already doing testing in F1.
Yeah. He's
a test driver, but he's not. Doesn't have a car on the track, so that's awesome. So, yes, this is going to be where I'm going to be watching games when I'm not watching them at home, the late night ones.
Yeah.
Erik, how are you, man?
Good. Just running around a lot. This is a busy time of year for me.
Why is it a busy time of year for you?
Well, there's always an election. There's always somebody running for something, which means there's always somebody for us to chase. But when the weather gets good like this, Detroit City Football League starts playing at Fort Wayne. We got softball in Belle Isle, and then hockey year round. So I probably will only catch the late games with the World Cup. Although I would think they're at decent times for us, unlike the Olympics, right? Because we're the host.
Yeah, well, the next Olympics will be great. LA Olympics, that's all going to be in the evenings. It'll be late. I'd say I finally retired from softball this year.
Oh.
I said at age 51, 30 years in the same league.
Yeah.
My league folded. They bounced to a league in Madison Heights with a bunch of whippersnappers. I'm like, nope. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna wear the uniform. I'm gonna show up my cleats in case I got to play first base on a random Wednesday. But I'm not putting myself out there anymore.
Just going to donate your time and a hamstring?
Yes, and a couple bottles of Boone's Farm.
There you go.
Oh,
We pass Boone's Farm every fourth inning. Good cannonballs.
I would have quit a lot sooner. that country quench will get you.
No, we avoid the blue one. It tastes like suntan lotion.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
So the United States in the World Cup. We missed one in 2018?
18.
That was the one that we missed. I remember we lost at Trinidad and Tobago, and then it was like a weird combination of Panama winning and Mexico losing.
Panama and Costa Rica won, right? Panama
I think
won.
Honduras beat Mexico too, which no one expected.
That's right.
And it kind of just the math was only 1 of 27 chances that we would get booted, and it was at 1 of 27. I hope everyone played the lottery on that team.
Yeah.
Would we have qualified if we weren't the host country this year?
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I think so.
Okay.
I honestly believe that we are entering, for what it's worth, the United States' first golden age of talent.
Yes.
Okay.
I do. I think that these guys are talent-wise that good. Whether they play together and they play like it, I don't know. I don't know. Did you have any story out of this team? Any complaints? I only had one observation about this team that I thought was weird.
Okay, so this real hardcore is gonna kind of debate what I'm about to say. But I'll say it from a casual fan's perspective, which I think we're about to show. Most of America is casual fans, right? So leaving Luna off the team,
100%. That's my number one too.
and having Gio Reyna on the team, right? Now they didn't replace each other.
No, they did
right,
not.
Right. But if you got Reyna and Burkhalter on the team, and the knock on U.S. soccer is that it's an elitist soccer mom sport, and the biggest controversy surrounding our team over the last 3 years has been soccer moms, the dads and the moms arguing,
right?
So it's really hard to see those two walk on the team, and then you got Luna, who could have played for Mexico and is the biggest talent recently. Let's just say he's the biggest talent.
He was the face of every Fox ad leading up to the World Cup.
He's the biggest talent that could have played for Mexico and opted to play for us.
Yeah.
And we snub him.
Ouch.
Who did we leave out?
There's the kid from Lyon that was pedigree. Who was the guy on Lyon?
However, that being said,
Testament. Yeah,
before
Testament.
the nerds get mad at me,
Yeah.
Luna wasn't left off for that. He was left off because they picked Zendejas, and Zendejas is on fire in the Mexican League right now.
Right.
So yeah.
No, I thought the Diego Luna not being on the team when he was in every ad leading up to the World Cup was a little weird. But
someone on coaching didn't talk to the marketing people, right?
well, that's actually it gives me a little bit of faith. Maybe that it's not all run by money.
Right. Yeah.
Because literally, Fox has to scrap.
Give it time.
Fox has to scrap every ad that they pre-made for the World Cup.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Yeah.
So why didn't he make it?
That's the whole thing.
He didn't make the cut. They had to pick one at the position. They picked
There was
Zendejas
two
and
amazing guys, and
one
not
amazing
his
guy
position.
and one young guy that was on a hot streak, and Coach.
Now, someone can get hurt if someone pulls a hammy or does something. They can bring another guy on, and they have that little contingency list.
okay.
And then Musa didn't make the team, and he shouldn't.
Well, he
skipped the Gold Cup.
Yeah. Right. Because he was hurt. Yeah.
No, because he wanted to spend time with his family, which is valid. But you open yourself up. For that.
Yeah. But there's some really talented guys like Haji Wright who might not see the field. Unless we're playing a really physical team, they want a bigger guy in there.
He's a little banged up,
but I think this is going to be a fun team. We can come out of the group. I think it's worthwhile. I think it's worth watching. I think we're going to be competitive. So my first. I'm a man of a certain age. I'd had no soccer exposure And so my buddy gave me a ticket to the Switzerland-Romania game in 1994. We drove out to Pontiac. And I'm like, why is there a whole corner of Brazilians banging drums when they're not even playing today? And I'm like, there's a certain kind of weirdness to this.
Yeah.
And then everyone fell in love with Alexi Lalas and those uniforms. Those are the Lalas Mania and the Kobe. So when was your first, was that the first time the World Cup was on your map? 94?
Well, I think the first time I really started paying attention to the World Cup, I wasn't even here. I had just moved to Ireland, and Ireland under Jack Charlton had this amazing run. And so everybody was singing about, I think they made the quarterfinals, so that was a big deal.
So what year would that
in
be? You're considered
that was probably 90. and then when I came back here, there was all the talk about the grass at the Silver Dome that was engineered by Michigan State.
Yes.
And that grass, you can still see it over on Belle Isle. They have a field there where it has the actual grass from the World Cup.
Kidding. I did not know
they
that.
transplanted it
Did
there.
not know that.
And there's a sign out there. It's on the south side of the aisle. You got Windsor to your right. You can see it on your left. And there's a little sign. Still,
I hope Carl, the
turf's held up better
greenskeeper,
than
was
mine.
in on that.
Your dog can poop on it.
It's geese over there. That's what you have to worry about.
It's a million long
Geese.
grass.
Yeah.
Canadian geese.
Late 9 in the
They're
morning
like
and smoking it up.
St. Bernards of birds. But, yeah, I mean, it's tough to be, I think, a World Cup fan if you're an American, because most of the drama with the team involves the coach and who's going to play and who gets cut and who doesn't. And are they going to go? And is this the first time we've had a foreign coach with Pochettino?
No, we had Klinsmann for years.
Klinsmann.
The German stud. He brought a whole bunch of young European kids in that were like
German kids.
Well, they were German kids, but they had like American dads that they had never met.
Yeah.
And they all had the Indiana tattoo
They all
out
had
of
American last names and couldn't speak.
Yeah, couldn't speak English. All
Yeah.
American last names,
Oh,
like
nice.
Johnson, Jones, McCarty,
Right.
and they were all like they were all army brats. That didn't know their dads.
That's fabulous.
We brought a bunch of German kids in, but yeah, the one thing about '94, and see, the opening ceremony of the '94 was in Chicago.
Yeah.
Right at the same time, there was a Knicks Houston Rockets NBA Finals game.
Thank you.
And the Rangers were celebrating the Stanley Cup parade.
Oh, yeah.
It was all at the same time, and it all got interrupted for what thing? You should get this right away. During the
O.J.
opening
Simpson
ceremony.
verdict?
Yes.
Okay.
Not the verdict, the chase.
Oh, the chase.
The chase. The OJ going down the highway.
The
There's a
only
great
thing that
ESPN 30
goes
for 30
slower
about
than
it.
soccer on TV is the O.J. Simpson chase.
Yeah, that's not all completely false, but I would say. But there's a great 30 for 30 on ESPN. I think it's called June 17th.
Okay.
It's all it's called, and there's no narration. It's just all these sportscasters and news people interrupting the other events to talk about OJ.
That's funny.
Well, soccer on TV has come a long way. And
it has.
I have a friend who played soccer at Michigan State. He said if they could get the cameras down on the field and you could see how fast it moves from the ground level, people would lose their mind over over soccer. Because, and I've always thought that if they could sub in soccer on the fly like they do in hockey, the game would go even faster because everybody would be fresh.
Fresher legs, yeah.
And the moves these guys make and the tricks they try and the things they do, they really are amazing athletes, and it is a great sport to watch.
Watching DCFC games live when they were in the NPSL gave me my amazing appreciation of watching Premier League and European League soccer and just how smooth and organized and the perfection that there is.
Yeah.
So, but I went through since '94. That's when I got on the bandwagon. I drive up to that George's soccer shop.
Oh yeah,
there, and I'd
on
buy
Southfield Road in Troy.
Yeah, and
or
I'd buy no.
Lathrop Village, maybe.
It was Lathrop Village. It's like either John R. or DeQuinter, right off the freeway.
It's right off of 696.
It's right off
I think
696.
it may be on Southfield or
And that's the only
Greenfield.
place I could buy like a German soccer jersey.
Yeah.
And I used to wear that really weird aqua one all the time where my friends were like, what the hell are you wearing?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I'm German and the Americans sucked back then.
You know why it's weird? You know why it was weird? It's German.
The Bundesliga.
Everything's weird.
Yeah. Everything's weird. And then in my notes, I wrote down the 1998 because I was so excited about 94. 98, I remember nothing. I remember absolutely nothing about the 98 World Cup. Easy one go. Apparently, I'm supposed to remember that Michael Owens came on from England. He was a big phenomenon. He was only 18. And David Beckham got kicked out of a game for kicking a player, and all of UK turned on him. And they all hated his guts.
I thought he missed a PK or something. I thought there was something.
Right before the PK, right at the end of the game, he got frustrated, kicked the player, and got thrown out. And they lost that game in PKs.
Okay.
That's what the internet told me I should remember about the 98 World Cup that I don't remember. It was in France.
That makes sense because if you were taking penalties, he's the guy you wanted to take.
Yes. Yes. I did go down the rabbit hole of watching some old free kicks with David Beckham today, and the hype was real. It was real.
Yeah. Well, all you have to do is listen to Roy
Good-looking
Keane
and talented.
talk about David Beckham. And Roy Keane's the guy who suffers no fools. And if he says something good about somebody, it's probably true because he's more likely to say something shitty about somebody. And it's probably also true.
So the 2002 World Cup was in Korea and Japan. And I just remember this being the Ronaldinho.
Did we miss 98?
We just talked about 98, how I didn't remember anything from it except for that stuff
Just
about
everybody being mad at Beckham.
the kicks. That was Zidane was the star.
I missed the cue. The 98 was my big one.
That was your big one. Okay. All right.
Yeah, 98. I was 94 was cool. My cousins were into soccer, and me and my brother weren't. So there was a little bit of a connection there. The Detroit thing, and the drums in the streets and stuff like that. It reminded me like of the F1 when F1 was originally here in the Brazilians when Nelson Piquet was running and Senna, and they used to bang the drums and stuff. So that was cool. But 98, I was in Southeast Asia. I was in Bangkok and Saigon. And the
Who
World Cup,
doesn't go there for the summer?
and the World Cup was going on.
Missionary work or position.
And we went there, man, and the World Cup was going on, and it was just cool as hell because
That was in Korea, Japan. That was in Southeast
we
Asia.
found this Australian guy. He actually opened his bar one morning to play the Red Wings game for us too.
Wow.
No kidding.
Yeah, it was sweet. But we wound up linking up with this group of African dudes, right, Nigerian dudes, and that's the first year that the Super Eagles made a run. I think they got through the round of 16 or something like that. So that de facto became our team. Every few nights we just meet up with these guys and go out. And we met these guys in Saigon. They were like, yeah, we're going back. We just came from Bangkok. We're going back. He said the same thing. And we just linked up back there at the same bar, game time. And they were like, it wasn't a popular tourist destination at the time. So it wasn't a whole lot of English speaking. And these guys were like, we were four friends. There were four friends. And they spoke English. And so we just hung with these Nigerian dudes. And it was like, that you watched it from a different perspective.
So that one is in that. Yeah, I can see how. I'm sorry you missed the cue on that one. That's outstanding story.
Yeah, that's how it happened, man. So to this day, one of my surrogate teams is the Super Eagles of Nigeria.
I think a lot of Americans really love that Nigerian team. They always have great uniforms for one. They always look great on TV. The vibe is always outstanding. There's always they always speak English really well.
Yeah.
And so I think the Americans take to the Nigerian team. They always really have.
I'm still mad about that one guy who, from Nigeria said he was going to get me a lot of money for some watches he had.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There was that Prince that always sends me emails. I finally had to block that ass, so I don't believe a word he says. Yeah.
You got to be careful.
The 2002, that was the one thing that I remember is Zinedine Zidane headbutt. Yeah. That Italian guy's chest.
I was watching that.
I remember watching that, and he headbutted that guy. I'm like, what is he doing?
Headbutt him in the chest?
He headbutted him like in the chest, yeah. Ow.
That's one of those things where I was pulling for France. I've lived in France for a little while, and I really like that team. That's one of those things where I don't know where to land on that. There's part of me that says you're the captain. It's all on the line. You got to keep your cool. And there's another part of me that says if you're the captain and it's all on the line and somebody says something about your mother or your sister, you're still going to beat their ass. I kind of feel like I'm going to go with the guy who said I'm going to beat your ass if you say something about my mother or my sister.
I did misspeak. The 98 one was in France. There was 2002 that was in Korea and Japan. And that's what we're talking about now. So that's where the headbutt was.
Yeah.
I distinctly remember Brian McBride and him just throwing himself and the American team all over. He would just dive at every ball head first. Like he was just kind of a maniac. And I'm like, man, maybe I'm going to have to become a Columbus Crew fan. But then I'm like, fuck Ohio. I can't do that.
Away.
Yeah, I can't do that. I can't do that.
Can we start naming squad members? So who would have been our keeper?
So 2002, that was the Claudia Reyna, Greg Berhalter year. And I think the next year,
who was in net? Was that the Brad
Tim
Friedel
Howard?
years?
No.
that would be Friedel.
Friedel?
That has to be Friedel. Other than that, it's not on my notes, but let me check the internet's notes because I want to compare them once in a while.
Fun fact: kicked out of a Cleveland Browns game for fighting. He's a diehard.
Oh, jeez.
I love it.
Now, nothing about the American team comes in and notable, except South Korea made it to the semis in that one in 2002.
Howard would have had to be right in there.
Was the headbutt no six?
Sometime around then, I would think.
Maybe Friedel would have been maybe 98 and Mandor 2002.
Tim Howard was 2014 when all the memes came up of Howard and save everything.
You're right.
Having him in front of Bambi.
You're right.
I remember all that coming out. It had to be Brad Friedel. It wasn't Tony Mayola. I think he was older. He was gone. He was 94.
Yeah.
It had to be the Friedel years. And I also remember 2002 was my first. David Beckham was first hyped in America. Like that was prime Beckham years. Yeah, and then South Korea beat Italy and Spain to make it to the semis.
Right.
2006 was in Germany.
2002, the family stories. My dumbass cousin Freddie went over there and got had a couple jars in him that Korean rice whiskey and the juice box thing.
Ooh.
Yeah, slept through a game.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, brought some of it home to a tailgate.
That's great.
In 2006, I have a personal story. I didn't travel there, but I got into a debate in Mike Moyanis' backyard. Mike he owns Smalls.
We worked together for when we were real young.
And Mike's backyard at a 4th of July tailgate, or not 4th of July barbecue, with Tony Vegas from the High Five Hand Grenades, whatever band he was playing with at the time. And he's like, it's Italy. I'm like, no, it's Germany. It's Italy. He goes, we buy whoever wins. Whoever loses between the two of us, you got to buy me a shot of Jameson every time you see me until the other team wins.
Oh,
I'm like,
nice.
deal. And fucking Italy won that year.
You owed the man some shots?
I've been buying him shots. And then Germany won 2 years later.
Okay.
But now it's just a great thing. Whenever we see each other, because we're a little bit older, we don't do the bars, we don't see each other as much. He's got kids and stuff. Whenever we see each other, it's whoever sees each other first now.
Right.
Who could go meet them with the Jameson about that World Cup
That's
when
cool.
Italy won.
That's cool.
And we try to find the other guy first. And say, I beat you to it. So that was a David Beckham and Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney was also being sold
Rooney. That's
heavily.
right. Yeah.
He came in at 16, scored his first goals in the Premier League. And like, do we put him on the team? And they put him on.
I think he scored more World Cup goals for England than any other player.
Not now. Now it's Kane. It's got to be Harry Kane.
Yeah,
now.
I think Kane and Rooney passed Lineker, but I'm not sure who leads.
So
But certainly Kane is still playing. So he's
the things about 2006 in Germany was that, and Italy won that one, was that it was Lionel Messi's debut. He was 19.
okay.
Cristiano Ronaldo's debut at 21. And also there was a game that had 16 yellow cards and 4 red cards that was played in Nuremberg.
Were they playing
It
Uno?
was between Portugal and the Netherlands. They call it the Battle of Nuremberg. Is the name of the game.
That's funny.
So that's the 2006. And I actually remember like that conversation with Tony Vegas in the backyard. 2010, that was South Africa. Those fucking vuvuzelas.
Yeah.
Remember that humming sound like
yeah.
cicadas
Yeah.
on your TV
Yeah.
the whole time?
The player sold was Matt Booth, the white boy on South Africa.
Oh,
Only
yeah.
white boy.
Okay.
Married a black South African supermodel. Grew up in the townships. His dad didn't want him playing rugby, wanted him playing soccer. And every time he touched the ball, the whole crowd would go boo. It sounded like they were booing him.
Yeah.
They were saying Booth, Matt Booth.
Okay. Now, what I remember is...
Why are they booing that Lou Whitaker guy? He's so good.
Oh, yeah, Lou.
He's so good. Why are they being mean to him?
I was in my buddy's basement in Madison Heights when Landon Donovan scored that 90th minute goal against Algeria. It was a cross, and it got saved, and Landon Donovan lays it in and kicked it in.
In 02?
This is 2010. We're 2010.
Okay, we're at 2010.
Well,
We're
you
25,
know why Landon Donovan wouldn't do a header now? He's wearing a hairpiece.
He's wearing
He's wearing a piece.
He went to Turkish Airlines.
That thing needs a chin strap on it.
Yeah,
It's terrible.
it's the Costanza.
Yeah.
He doesn't
It's
want
a
to.
Costanza. I think he went to Turkish Airlines. They got it redone.
All of a sudden, it's like Wilson. The ball has a head on.
Yeah.
I remember 2010. Josie Altidore was supposed to be the next big thing for American soccer. It was Josie Altidore.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't he the 16-year-old kid from Washington?
Nothing really came,
Yeah, I wanted to like.
I wanted to too. In fact, back then I remember doing that.
Sounds like the kid from Ypsilanti who was on the cover of Sports Illustrated playing basketball a few years ago. Amani Bates, remember him?
Oh, yeah,
He's supposed to be the next LeBron James. And now it's like, what happened?
U.S. soccer is pretty good at that. They promoted a lot of.
They want to hype guys.
Freddie Adu.
Oh,
yeah.
Freddie Adu's the other one. Yeah. Freddie Adu, who was
Freddie
supposed
who?
to be. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, Altidore
So
was still playing.
was Josie on the 10 team?
He was on the 10 team.
He
Yeah.
was. Okay.
He was. I remember Spain won that one. There was a big
14
storm
was
that
Brazil.
morning.
14 was Brazil. Where was 10?
2010 was in South Africa.
That's
That was what was it? What
That's right.
The cicadas in the background of
Yeah,
every game that you watched.
Mhm.
My other notes I have was Luis Suarez handball save. So he saved a goal with his hands. They got thrown out,
Not allowed.
and then they ended up winning that game. And it didn't get because they
Yeah.
finished it out with 10 men, and that was kind of a big deal. Then everyone hated the ball that year. According to the things I should know, the ball was screwy. It was like a knuckleball ball they used in South Africa.
Yeah,
Everybody
it
hated
had
it.
some name like
And then it clicked in.
Javelina or something. Everybody
Yes.
said it wasn't stitched together properly.
Yeah, and after
So
I read
that's what
that-
happens when you have Chinese
that.
prisoners who are 6 putting your footballs together. It's just no quality control.
And then Brady's inflating them.
So that's
Yeah.
2010. 2014.
Or deflating.
This is the bite. This is where Luis Suarez bit the guy. And that's
Oh.
I distinctly remember that.
14 was
So
fun.
went Tyson on him.
And they didn't, but he bit his shoulder. And I remember the guy pulling his shoes. He's like, look, I'm bleeding. Got a chunk of my shoulder missing. And they did not, there was no call in the game. They banned him from like 9 months
He's
of
a piece
international
of shit.
play after that.
He's a piece of shit.
But during the game,
He almost made this year's team.
uh,
That was it's like Germany beat Brazil 7-1 in a semifinal. It was 5-0 in the first 29
Oh,
minutes
shit.
against the defending champs because Brazil had won the one in South Africa, and that's the Tim Howard saves everything year. Where the first year
14 would have been what landed down the sideline, right?
yes,
That was the first year I had the bar open, and you can YouTube Magee's beer showers when it went. Yeah, it was crazy.
nice.
yeah. So that's Germany won that year, and that's when I finally got Tony Vegas had to buy me shots, but we never really forced it. We just kind of did it. Let's see what else. All right, so the little ambient news. All right, so now we go to 2018 when the United States didn't make it. And I just remember falling in love
So it didn't happen.
with the Belgian. That was Belgium's golden age. And I thought that's a golden team with Lukaku and De Bruyne and Hazard and who else? Oh, Vincent Company. And I'm like, this is the team. I want Belgium to win. As a cafe guy, I wanted Belgium to win.
Yeah,
Sure.
that was the underdog, the Cinderella.
So as a world sports bar owner who's renowned as the #1 soccer bar in Michigan, you know what the stamp on 2018 was for me. First and foremost, it was. I'll never forget the energy leaving this building when that happened because we had a full house for that game, and it was just everybody was awestruck, right?
Actually, I remember that because I think you said something like, "This is going to cost us."
Yeah, I did. I did say that.
Hundreds of thousands of
It
dollars,
wasn't that much, man.
millions of
I
dollars.
wish. I wish. But
Trump coin.
yeah, it was during his first presidency too.
Oh my
God! But what 2018 meant to me is none of these other so-called soccer bars did anything about it.
Yeah.
You know what we did? We rocked because it's a fucking World Cup and it's a soccer bar.
Yeah.
Everybody else is opening for the World Cup because it's USA and it's World Cup and it's in America and all this crap, right? No, 2018 when the US wasn't in it, we were still rammed wall to wall every game doing our thing. So shout out to nobody else in this city.
We're doing it. I love that.
So then 2022 then, I mean, that's the team
That was the weirdo World Cup. World Cup.
I mean, that was the beginning of.
No, it was in
Americans.
November, December.
Oh, that's right. They moved it because of Qatar.
And overwhelmingly, I don't care how you slice it. When we come to World Cup with the American team, we have to rely on some casual sports fans. We have to do it. It's like Olympics. It's like Olympics. It's like Super Bowl.
Olympics, right.
It's like NBA Finals. You're going to get an element, and you need that. You need that for energy. You need that for everything, right? And that crowd was split because that crowd was watching NHL, NBA, and NFL all at the same time. Right? So it was. I remember that. It was really strange.
American games being really early, though. I remember going to a bar at like 8 a.m. to watch USA Netherlands. So there were some early games in that one. It was in Qatar.
Yeah.
So it was like the other side of the world.
We were. The big one was USA England. 3 p.m. Black Friday.
Yes,
That was murder.
That great memory. Yes, Black Friday. There's everything. There's college football. There's everything going on.
So it was.
I remember that. Yeah.
It was just different. Whereas I could say in 2018 in here, because the USA wasn't in it, nobody else was pretending to be a soccer bar during the World Cup, so we could just be a soccer bar. There was huge, absolute focus. In 2022, the most hardened of fans was completely distracted because the Pistons, the Wings, and the Lions, and we're also on.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I neglected to mention in 2018 that was in Russia. For one. And Germany didn't even make it out of the. They were the defending champs.
Yeah,
they got hammered, and it's the Kylian Mbappe arrival. He was 19.
Yeah,
he showed up on the scene in 2018, and that's the only thing that they say is worth noting.
Was arguing in the stands and everything else.
And France won that one in 2018. Yeah. And 2022 was the Qatar. Yep.
Does the U.S. have their last game tomorrow against Germany before the Cup begins?
Saturday. Yeah.
So is it an important game? I know nothing about
it's your final preseason. It's a tune-up.
Okay,
it's a tune-up. Yeah.
All right.
And every day,
I didn't know if that plays into placements or anything.
Soccer junkies can get friendlies between good teams.
Yeah.
All this week, you can watch a game at noon. Watch a game at there's 3:00 games. It's some of them are like Croatia versus Ireland and Albania versus Argentina, but things like that. But there is watchable soccer this week if you have Fubo TV and that kind of stuff. None of them are being carried very
Just go to a proper soccer.
You got one or two
proper
for
soccer bar, yes.
Do you got one or two?
If they're out there pretending, they're not going to have it.
Okay. Do you have one or two picks for the top of the pops?
Man, Jimmy, you're not supposed to take my picks. If it's not boxing, don't take my picks,
fair
man.
Fair play.
I'm gonna say.
But who looks good? I know nothing.
I'm gonna say Spain.
Spain looks good to you.
Right. I'm gonna say Spain.
Who looks good to you?
The Spanish and the French are the two best teams.
Okay.
I myself have put the only money I put on any of the teams. I put $15 on the Dutch. The odds
is that
great.
The longest shot?
Not the longest shot.
Okay.
But they're the best soccer country to never win a World Cup.
So you're saying there's a chance?
I think there's a chance. And I think they have some talent. I think they're going to come out of their group. They have a good route.
Yeah.
A couple upsets.
And you could get really rich
if they hit. It's not really rich. It's $15. You don't get really rich on $15. But that's like, I thought the Dutch was like, I like the number. I like where they were in the odds on the whatever app, that I was using at the time. And I put that on there. But I think, you can't get away from Spain and France and their talent level in this World Cup. It's unavoidable. I don't know if there's going to be another Croatia-like run out there, like a team that has less people in it than, Michigan and made it to the to the finals, right?
Yeah. ML, you got anybody you like?
I just whatever's on when I'm at McGee's, I'll watch it.
I don't know. Anything,
who do we cheer against?
I was watching the Detroit Express at the Silverdome.
I saw the Express at the Silverdome. That was a lot of fun. They had two teams.
Right.
They had the team that played regularly and the team that played when Trevor Francis could get over here. And the team that played with Trevor Francis was amazing. And the other guys were, running around.
But the Detroit Express?
Yeah. Sonny Van Arnhem.
Clyde the Glide Watson.
You can remember Keith Murphy, but I don't remember Clyde the Glide.
Clyde the Glide.
Does anybody the first name Clyde was an athlete get the Glide?
Yeah, he was Jamaican dude, man. He was our scorer for a couple years. Yeah, when Ma kicked Dad out, Dad's first apartment, divorce, Clyde the Glide lived down the hall.
Oh,
shit. Okay.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Cool dude.
Well, who do I root against?
Wound up going to be a coach at the Charleston Battery.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Oh.
In the USL, okay. Nice.
So I'll cheer against Russia. That's easy.
They're not. That's easy.
I'm still going to cheer against them.
Yeah. I honestly, I will not.
What about Iran? Is anybody cheering for Iran?
No one's cheering for
there
Iran
you
or
go.
Iran.
Well, there's two.
Iran.
So they have teams? Are they in?
I don't like Portugal, and I don't like Uruguay.
Actually, I would cheer for the Iranian team if they had players who can't go back home, because I know there have been women on the team that couldn't go back home because they pissed off the
Come over
regime.
here.
I'm cheering for all the Iranians to defect.
Yeah. Well, they got to defect to Mexico because they're all there. I think that's where their
fine.
camp is.
That's cool.
That's fine.
They got guys for that.
Yeah, Mark
Yeah,
Wayne
they got people
won't let him.
Yeah.
He won't let him
Didn't we
defect
get
to the
Sergei
US.
Fedorov
cheer-
out of Montreal?
I cheer for every team from the Americas, almost, versus every team from Europe, almost. I never cheer for Uruguay or Argentina,
Sure.
and
Yeah,
I never
no.
cheer for England or Germany.
Fair enough.
Well, those are the two that I do cheer for: England and Germany.
I would never cheer for
August Gitschlag will cheer for Germany.
What do you see? What do you see? The shirt I got for whatever England's big game is. I'm going to break a nice piece out.
Okay.
Something real classy.
I do find England always losing to be somewhat charming.
It's so
to me.
fun.
It's kind of
It's
fun.
so fun.
It is fun. I will root for Scotland. They're not
Sure.
going to do
In the
anything.
heat.
Is
Yeah.
Canada playing Mexico in this?
Yeah, I guess
Are they
I
facing
would-
Mexico?
I would take.
mine?
Yeah.
Who are you cheering for, Canada or Mexico?
I would take Scotland actually. Now that we're speaking of it.
You mentioned a couple of things twice already. We got to check your passport. You said you lived in Ireland. You said you lived in Paris for a little bit. France for a little bit. Well, you just took a trip to the island, did you not?
I was in Ireland and Iceland. I don't think Iceland made it this year, but they did beat England one time recently.
Well,
so.
was that a Euros run, or was that when Iceland went berserk? Was that Euros?
18.
It was World Cup then.
It was World Cup.
It was
18.
World Cup when they
Yeah.
made their run. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a.
Everyone fell in love with
there
that
was
Iceland team.
There was a young Icelandic fan that wandered in here on a recommendation from a restaurant. You want to watch World Cup? Go to
that's how it
McGee's. Rolls in here and met a young lady who wound up being one of my servers. And then he married her and took her to Iceland.
Oh, shit.
wow.
So,
Hey, don't steal
shout
my
out
good
Candy.
servers.
One of the greatest servers we've ever had here. She still has her keys, still has her computer codes and a shirt. When she comes home and visits, she rocks a couple of shifts. But we have a staff member
You're still
living with Icelandic citizenship.
Actively living.
Yeah.
That's great. That's
funny.
right. We're not closing out your account. You're going to do some shifts when you're in town. I love that.
So there's our World Cup preview. ML, what's keeping you busy? Just chasing election people?
Yeah, everything. I mean,
You're
looking
not
at
hiding
So
bushes anymore, though,
people
are you?
jumping
No.
in and out of the gubernatorial race, right?
just
That's,
jumping out.
They're just
It's
jumping out.
too late to get in.
Just jumping out.
Yeah.
This
Is that a good thing? Is that a good thing, or
Or you can replace people at the last minute in New
thinning
Jersey.
the herd?
You can do
Good
that
thing
here.
or a bad
Or where
thing?
somebody doesn't show up for 3 months.
Yeah.
Like that one congressman. It's like,
Yes.
I'll tell you what's wrong with me later. I'm like, no, you'll tell me now.
Yeah. There's a couple. Yeah. That's
Private
happening.
citizen, you do it on your time. When I'm paying you, I call you the office and say, what's up, bitch? You tell me now. That's how it
Yeah.
goes. But,
Is it so good thing or bad thing that we've thinned the herd?
it depends who you ask. I mean, I know a lot of people who are very interested in Mike Duggan and they plan to vote for him, and now they've got to find another candidate.
Would he have won in a primary against Jocelyn if he had ran as Democrat?
So
If he had run.
one of my totally unfounded theories or unsubstantiated theories is the reason he ran as an independent is he thought Buttigieg would run for governor, and he figured Buttigieg,
And
Benson,
Jocelyn would beat each other up.
and Gilchrist. I can't put together enough votes there, and so he did what he did. But
That's a good theory.
but I think one-on-one with Benson, it kind of depends on name recognition. Outstate, I mean, everybody's got Benson's name in their wallet, so you already got that.
True.
Duggan, how many people know him? But I do think, contrary to popular belief, that he was going to hurt Republicans more than he was going to hurt Democrats.
I believe that. Have to believe that too.
I think
I believe that.
with votes to some degree, but mostly with money, because a lot of his money was Republican money.
Yeah.
And the thing where he may help Democrats now is I think a lot of those people who wrote checks are not going to write a second one.
But
that'll hurt
that's an
Democrats too.
important point. It'll hurt Democrats too. I'm I was, Michigan Young Democrat. You can Google me. There's no way around my political allegiances. But I was voting for Duggan.
Yeah.
And Pence's people called me and said, "Hey, we want you on stage with Jocelyn." I'm like, I can't do it. Yeah, I'm with Duggan on this one. Mm-hmm. I just think he's the CEO. Yeah. He's the right guy. And with the union ties, you never see that. You don't see a CEO who's tight with the union guys, and on both sides of what I felt I needed for the state. So it's interesting to see where he's going to land. Will he end up as president of U of M? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I take him at MSU. We got an opening.
Yeah,
I take him.
The line that I drew was for Detroit to be in a fantastic position, best possible position in this election season. Would have been with Mary in office, Duggan and Lansing, and Detroit would have been in a good situation.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He would have been advocating like crazy.
I think that's possible, but I also think with Duggan, if the money was tight, and it's going to be tight, he's the kind of guy who'd say, "Good luck, kid.
Fair is fair."
I mean, I think he has affection for Detroit. I think he's proud of his time here. But don't forget, he moved here a year before he got elected, and now he's I don't know where he's living now, but he he had a house that we gave him, and he lost that when he left the mayor's office. Mm-hmm. So it'll be interesting to see where he lands. I think whoever the next governor is, they're going to find money's a problem, and they're certainly going to see there's no help coming from Washington for the next 2 years.
Not for the next 2 years. No.
And he would have been, if there was anything at all, he would open a dialogue there. I
can't believe that Gretchen Whitmer got the dialogue that she got with, over Selfridge. I know, but the fact that he listened to her after, that woman from Michigan and all that crap, that she bit her tongue and said, like, I got to go out there and do this. Sure. I thought that was a cool move. I thought that was good. Then hiding herself during the bill signing, but it was a sabotage. It was a setup, and he had her there, so he set her up.
Yeah, I think fine. She's not ready for the big stage, but I think she also can't make up her mind whether she wants to do it or not.
Well, I think she's running for vice president. As is Alyssa Slotkin. They're both running for vice president.
All right.
I'd rather run for a bus than run for vice president. But
I think it's between Gretchen Whitmer, Alyssa Slotkin, and Mark Kelly. One of those three is going to be the vice president. If Mark Kelly doesn't run for president,
he should run for president.
I honestly believe that if Kamala Harris had picked him instead of Tim Walz, she would have won. Everybody loves a fucking astronaut, man.
Everybody loves an astronaut. That line he said, I'm paraphrasing, but that line he had where he said, I've flown rescue missions, I've flown fighter jets with missiles blowing up next to my cockpit, and I flew a rocket ship around our orbit built by the lowest bidder.
Yeah, right. Yeah, built by the lowest bidder. Right.
That feels a lot more dangerous to me.
Yeah.
Living life.
Unless it's a SpaceX rocket, or whichever one just blew up. That's one I wouldn't want to be on the top.
It was a test rocket.
Yeah.
But biggest IPO in the history of the world right now. So
yeah.
But we'll see.
Big powwow up in Mackinac. Anything good come out of that?
Yeah, you get to go to Mackinac. It's my dream to get up there one day.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be. I know.
Ride some wheels around, have some fudge.
If you're a Spartan, the bad news that came out is that our president left.
Yeah.
And
for less money at Clemson.
Yeah. And if you're a Michigan resident, the bad news is that Gretchen Whitmer criticized the trustees when she had an opportunity to get rid of the bad trustees and didn't. And then she said, I'm going to keep an eye on this. I'm like, maybe instead of an eye, you want to keep your foot on it, like in their ass, and kick them out. Instead, just, I'm going to watch it. Well, guess what? We didn't pay to watch.
That and the smarmy crap going on in the U of M Regents race really has there's a movement on both sides to get rid of that nominating at convention stuff. And they want to get rid of it for Attorney General and Secretary of State. Yeah. And as a clerk who's been running elections for 15 years in this state, people still call me all the time and ask, why wasn't it on the ballot? It hasn't been in 40 years.
Yeah.
50 years. It's been closed. And it should be everywhere else. Not everywhere else, but it should be on the ballot. So
yeah, well, it's going to mean there'll be a lot more money going into politics as candidates try and raise their name recognition. But the way the parties have been choosing these folks, it's hard to believe the voters would do any worse.
Yeah.
So,
What was that guy at East Lansing's Grebner?
Mark Grebner, yeah.
Yes.
No worse than the
vote
rest.
for me. I'm no worse than the rest.
Yeah.
Anybody got any cool things that they're going to do for World Cup? Anybody got any off the wall?
I'm coming to McGee's.
That's cool. That's cool. I'm going to do one of the Canada games. I'm going over to Windsor.
Oh my God! Right
doing
on.
a street party.
That's a great idea.
Councilor Ronaldo's throwing some street parties over there. So
I'm actually
Canadian guys.
traveling. I'll be in Kalamazoo for the first week. Then I got a crazy week of work, and then I'm in on Lake Kalamazoo with the family for the third week. So the whole month of June, I'm gone basically.
Okay.
So I just got to do it all on the fly. I'll pop in here when I can. I'll try to pop into a local pub and say, "Hey, do you know where the World Cup game is?"
Just let me know. I know.
So
I know every guy. All the guys.
Do you got on your website or on your Facebook? Are you posting when games are and when people can come and when they should come and line up to get in?
Yeah, I mean they're every day. Okay, so we're open for every game.
All right, so fair play.
Yeah,
All right.
we're open for every game, and but I in terms of cool stuff to do, actually, if somebody does want something cool to do, family orientated, which unless your family's all over 21, it's not McGee's isn't for them. But there is the city's doing a cool one in Campus Martius.
Are they?
That's kids friendly, and that's kind of a FIFA endorsed thing. So really cool that for an off market city, for a city without games,
right?
We got that shine.
Oh, nice.
That's cool.
That's cool. I'm gonna hit one of the downtown business districts in Windsor, one of the Canadian games there, and then I always head over for one of the Mexico games. The boys will be getting it in over like Nacimiento or El Bosque, normally those guys.
Okay.
All right.
So I'll probably try to catch a game over there too.
All right. So, before I wrap it up, you want to plug your podcast?
Yeah, sure. If you want to check out ML Solar Detroit, we drop every Tuesday. We'll give you the latest going on with DCFC. And this week we're talking to Brad Galley, who after 15 years as the main sports guy at Channel 7 is going to do something else.
Yeah, I saw that. He's got a little YouTube show he's doing for now. Right?
Yeah, well, and I think you guys appreciate this. He's going to try and make it on social media. And the first question I asked was, "You're not starting a podcast, are you?" He said, "No." I'm like, "Good. There's enough podcasts."
Yeah, or only
Yeah. He's doing an OnlyFans. He's doing a YouTube and an OnlyFans.
Different strokes
That's his
for
way to
people
go.
who stroke differently.
It's he's speaking to the trading cards.
I think he is.
Is a Ripper?
Yeah,
He's a Ripper.
Yeah, he does Ripper videos all the time.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. He's been doing that for a couple of years, and it's oddly fun to watch.
It is. I go down a rabbit hole every once in a while.
Again, I know nothing about sports, so I have a sports podcast, but. As people do, but it's just fun to watch because he puts in the information. He's a good host, right? He puts in the information as he cracks them and why it's valuable and who they are a little bit. So yeah, it's kind of cool. It's
Well, I will listen as I do. I am a Patreon subscriber to your podcast.
One of our soulmates and an occasional guest with your many good deeds. And of course, we do our annual St. Patrick's Day party. So
I will be contacting you in August when we get our Magnum Day.
That sounds good. August and August.
That's right.
I'll remember.
Once again.
Magnum.
Yeah. All right, well, gentlemen, thank you. Thank you for having us.
We'd be remiss if we did not mention that tomorrow is Jamie's last day at his day job. He's retiring. Teaching.
He got out.
25 years of teaching.
Right, congratulations.
Made it.
Going in with a slight hangover tomorrow.
Yeah. A little boozy, but what's new? Thank you.
It's like summer vacation, except you don't go back.
It's so it won't really hit till September.
When he does doing full-time podcast studio stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
That's we should all be so fortunate.
Yeah.
I'm not done working.
Yeah.
I'm just done teaching.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So the like and subscribe stuff.
Oh yeah, all the podcast things and all the podcast places. Do it.
Eric, thanks for having us here at McGee's.
Always, brother. You guys
I love this
family
place.
here.
ML, thank you very much for visiting.
Always
nice to have you on. We'll get you in studio, you and Mark eventually.
That sounds good. Yeah, so Mark's on vacation, and I'm sorry it's late. I was working on this Sunday's column, so check that out in the Free Press. Freep.com on Sunday.
What's that, $1 a month or something like that? What's the pitch?
I think it's $1 for the first month, and after that, we get into your wallet pretty deep. So keep your eyes open.
I like that with Sirius XM too. I just call it in.
Yeah.
I got it on auto pay, man. I just
Yeah.
Less painful that way. All right, gentlemen, cheers. Thank you.
Cheers,
Sláinte,
everyone.
boys.
Go
All
USA.
USA.
USA.